What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about a book, a very popular book actually, that I heard about. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same book that Nipsey Hussle, he said he read the book, and then after he read the book, he was able to sell his album for $1,000. And I think he only had a limited amount, and he sold out like really, really fast to the point where it was crazy. Each album $1,000, and he sold out. It's called Contagious: Why Things Catch On, and it's basically, in a nutshell. Though I haven't read the whole thing yet. Basically, in a nutshell, it's just explaining why things go viral, pretty much. Why, for some things, it doesn't even catch on, and it's a great idea, great business mindset, or it's a great invention, but it just doesn't catch on like other things. Then they just catch on and blow up, like crazy blow up and go viral. And basically, in a nutshell, that's talking about the business side as well as the a little bit of the psychology behind why that happens in the business world, and kind of breaks it down. So this book is by Jonah Berger, and he starts off in the first part of the book, I guess chapter one. This guy named Wein, Howard Wein. I'm just gonna go with Wein. Um, he moved to Philadelphia back in March in 2004, and he already had a lot of experience in the hospitality industry. He had an MBA in hotel management. He helped Starwood Hotels launch its W brand, and he also managed billions of dollars in revenue as Starwood's corporate director of food and beverage. So he decided that he was done with in the big part of the industry of the food and beverage, and he wanted to move towards a smaller, more focused, restaurant-focused environment. So he moved to Philly, and he helped design and launch a new luxury boutique steakhouse called Barclay Prime. And Barclay Prime, their mission was simple: to deliver the best steakhouse experience imaginable. And when he opened this steakhouse place up, he had really luxurious uh, alcohols and luxurious little appetizers, and it was a very soothing atmosphere, like a real lounge. It's very top tier, very professional, very laid back, but mostly about business, where rich people go and have their little meetings and stuff like that. So yeah, he had a top tier steakhouse lounge in Philly, which is huge because Philly's, everybody knows that's the cheesesteak. Now, the steak, you had a whole steak house, the whole luxury boutique steakhouse. Now, anyway, so he went ahead, and the mission was to deliver the best steakhouse experience imaginable. But he knew that just good food and a great atmosphere wouldn't be enough to skyrocket how he wanted to skyrocket and profit how he wanted to profit. So he broke it down and said that restaurants are the best at going out of business. More than 25% fail within the first 12 months of opening their doors, and 60% are gone within the first 3 years, which is crazy. Only 40% really make it out there. All these restaurants, though. So he said that restaurants can fail for any number of reasons, due to expenses being too high, or the food isn't good, or the labor they can't keep up with it, and the demand, or there's you see how many restaurants are out here. There's so much competition, so that can crush you too, when it comes to trying to be a new thing coming out. So he also said, for every American bistro that pops up in a major city, there are two more right around the corner. Like, how many times, like, it's not a bistro, but how many times you see a gas station, there's another gas station right across the street? How many times? Or a corner store, you hit the corner store, it's another corner store, like, literally, like, 20 feet down the street, or on the next corner. Like, it's crazy. It's like that. So you can imagine the competition, with certain similar restaurants, similar businesses in general. The competition is heavy, and if like one mistake can crush you when it comes to like just being profitable and being that person that excels over these other types of businesses that are like yours. Like most small businesses, restaurants also have a huge awareness problem, which is getting the word out that the new restaurant has opened its doors, and much less that it's worth eating at. And he described it as an uphill battle, which you can already imagine it's hard because a lot of people in your circle don't really mess with you. Ironically, they don't really mess with you. It's the people that are outwards and out there that are really your real fans of whatever you do, or really mess with what you do, really cheer you on and support you in what you do. So that is another struggle, of course. And there's huge marketing bills, and then it's crazy. It gets all deep into analytics and everything, from Facebook to flyers to business cards to reviews to everything. So yes, it's very, it can be very cost expensive. It could be very cost effective, but still at the same time, that's a whole another aisle in the business world that is a bit of a struggle for especially small businesses just starting out, have trouble overcoming. Um, so um, he said, unlike the other large hotel chains he previously worked for, most restaurants don't have the resources to spend lots on advertising and marketing. As I just said, like, yeah, they don't have the funds to really get yourself out there like you want to be out there and boom how you want to boom, because it's just expensive. And they most people, you have to really depend on the people talking about it to be successful, which word of mouth is one of the strongest advertisement marketing strategies, the word of mouth. So um, this guy Wein, he needed to generate a buzz to get people talking, to get people saying, "Hey, you know about that?" Da, da, da. He needed to get a buzz. So Philly already has, at this time, they already had a bunch of a dozen expensive steakhouses, and but he knew, like with any business, like you have to stand out. You have to have something innovative that will really stand out over all the rest of your competition. And this guy Wein, he knew that. So he came up with something to get people talking and also show his uniqueness of what he does. And this is where he came up with $100 cheesesteak. And he also raised, instead of just it being $100, he raised it to new culinary heights and had incredible results. Like, people not only tried it, but they told other people, "Oh, hey, come get this too." How many times you hear that? Like, if you're a foodie like me and you watch food shows, you or look up even food like competitions, people are like, "Oh, this $1,000, I don't know, taco or something," things like that. There's all over YouTube, and you got the big foodie people going to try it, and they do reviews on it. Oh, $2 taco versus $100 taco, which one's the best? Like, it definitely will turn heads. Be like, $100 cheesesteak. Who's gonna pay for that? Why would they pay for that? Who's buying that? That people are really buying it. See, already, even if it's a negative thing, oh, I'm not buying that. That's too much money. Da 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 da. Like, it still is generating some type of buzz. It's still advertising, even if it's negative or a positive aspect. Some people might get curious and they look at it and be like, oh, even if they say no, you walk away with, at least they're gonna tell people about it. Well, you've been down the street and heard that $100 cheesesteak. Do you know they got that down there? That's crazy. Oh yeah, I saw that in the paper the other day. Da, 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 da. Like, it's just word of mouth. At least people are knowing about it, and that's the goal when trying to be advertised with word of mouth. At least that's my goal. You have to be innovative and have something to stand out enough to want people, or to get people talking, even bad, good, all of it. Just get people talking about it, and the good people will show up and be like, "Oh, hey, y'all have this $100 cheesesteak," and the bad people, they're gonna talk and still spread it, and you still gonna there. Other people will know about it, and the people you're talking to, maybe they do want to try it. Maybe they'll invest in that and have that great experience. I think he said he had like a lobster tail on it, and has some fancy cheese and some fancy wine served with it, and a whole bunch. Of course, he's a luxurious steakhouse, so of course you already can understand how that goes. Um, so um, he said he made a conversation piece, not just a sandwich. the sandwich drew attention of the media. Like, it was that big of a conversation piece. It drew the attention of the media, including but not limited to USA Today, the Wall Street Journal, Best Food Ever show, Late Night Show. His chef actually cooked for David Letterman on the Late Night Show. And his restaurant not only survived, but it also flourished heavily, as you can imagine. So why do products, ideas, and behaviors catch on like that? Like yellow Livestrong wristbands, non-fat Greek yogurt, Six Sigma management strategies. This is examples he gives. Smoking bans, low-fat diets, all these things. Why do these things versus other things? So why do these things catch on and other things don't? So the same dynamic happens on a smaller scale at the local level. A certain gym may be the big hot place to go and go work out with your friends, or a new church might be the big church to go to, everybody's going to. These are called social epidemics, which are instances where products, ideas, and behaviors diffuse through a population. They start with a small set of individuals or organizations, and they spread from person to person like a virus. And that is social epidemics. And it's easy to find examples of social contagion, but it's harder to actually get something to catch on yourself. Even with all the money you put into marketing and advertisement, like, few products become popular, and most restaurants don't make it, most businesses don't make it, or they make it, but it's, it's not like how they want. They want to go viral, they want to boom, they want to be the biggest, hottest thing out there. And so most people, they don't get that, and they fail to gain traction. Why do they succeed and others fail? So there's a variety of things. Like, some things, they're just better, like websites that are easier to use. It's just better than something where you got to click and go to this and go scroll down here and click this and click that. It's just easier to use. Or, more effective medications. Like, of course, people, if they got a headache and they got a bad headache and they want to go take some ibuprofen, they want the most effective thing to get their head feeling better again, or whatever, whatever proves itself. When something comes along with better functionality, people tend to easily switch to it. So, like, for example, another example, like flat screens. When flat screens TV first came out, they were less heavy, they were less bulky, they had bigger screens, and they had a better price. Now, everybody has pretty much went to flat screens, and computers, laptops. Everybody has pretty much went to laptops or flat screens or handheld video games, something like that. It's a better price, it's less bulky. It's just, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? So that's one thing. Some ideas are just really just better. And then another reason is that people have attractive pricing. With two similar products, or it could be the same product, just, different name pretty much, different brand. But two similar products, of course, if the cheaper one most likely is going to win, as long as those people, the buyers, don't really care about whatever they lack for the thing that they gain, for the price that they gain. So the people tend to usually go with the cheaper price. Or maybe a company will cut the price in half, and then, people are rushing to it, they have a sale, so people would rather pay less. Of course, people want to keep their money. Advertising also plays a role. So if you want something to sell, people need to know about it first. So with proper advertisement, that could increase your sales as well, of course. Though that doesn't entirely explain why it catches on, though, because here's an example. The names Olivia and Rosalie are both used for girl names. They're both 3 syllables long. They both have cute little nicknames and meanings behind them. But I bet you know more Olivias than Rosalies. Why is that? Olivia is a much more popular name. In fact, in 2010, almost 17,000 Olivias were born compared to 492 Rosalies. See, this is where, when you talk about quality, price, and advertisement, that's where it gets stuck. That's where it is like, okay, so why is this better? So, because neither name is better. They're both good names. They're both, it doesn't mean, you're bad just because your name is not one or the other. There's no one on TV saying, choose this name, don't choose the other one. There's no one on TV doing that with baby names. And the same goes for YouTube videos. Like on YouTube, like all the videos are free to watch, and very, very few really market their videos or have any ads running on before you watch your video or throughout your video. Very few people, even though there's a lot of different videos, very few in that category of business, whether it's car, automotive, whatever, games, very few have their ads running. That's why we see the same ad, over and over on YouTube. But so very few of that, and then usually the viral videos are ones people take with their phone, and they're not professional videographers or whatever cameramen. They don't, it's just in and out of focus, and it's not an expensive $3,000 camera that they're shooting with. So why do these go viral versus somebody who really puts all that effort and work into it? So really, what can explain that is social transmission. And I'm actually going to end the video there because I'm going to save that for a part 2. This is going to be a multiple part series. This is part 1. Part 2 will go on to the next couple of topics they discuss in the book. That's actually where I stopped reading, so I got to get back on my reading, and I'll be back with some more notes for you guys. And I appreciate you for tuning in. If you like this, make sure you stay updated on the next video. I'm going to try to do one video a week at least. That way I have some time to handle things at the house, as well as handle video editing and all that stuff as well. So you guys, my social media. Keep a lookout, like, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever you could do on wherever this video is posted. Like, if you like it, follow it. Especially if you're a business person, this is some very good information to know. But yes, for sure, stay tuned. Part 2 will be here soon. Appreciate it.